Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're going to be working on this fern. I was just going to call it this ugly fern, but it's not his fault he's ugly. It's not his fault he's so gap-toothed. This is, I think, a Boston fern. I don't know. I got it for Christmas, in Christmas of 2022. One of my coworkers gave it to me. We did Secret Santa and we wrote down like some of our interests and stuff, and I put houseplants, of course. She didn't get me as a Secret Santa, but she got it for me anyway, so it was so nice. But literally when she carried it and she was handing it to me, I was like, a freaking fern, oh no. But I've really tried with this because it was a gift, and you know, it has seen better days. I think from there it looks good, but just wait till I take it out of the pot and you see what's really going on. I'm gonna take it out of the pot that it's in and put it into a self-watering container. I got this at Target. I think it was $3 for this pot. I bought a black one and like a bluish one that I threw a peace lily in. So I'm gonna put this in there. We're gonna fix it up. We're gonna fix this crusty boy. Let me reposition the angle a little bit. Okay, let's take this out of this container. So I just have it sitting in this pot. This was what philodendron? Oh, you know what? I think it was that one. I think I bought the philodendron squamiferum and it came inside of this, inside of this cover pot. So I just threw the fern in there, and honestly, I put this fern in there just so it would cover up all this ugly part of the plant. And it looked really good inside of that white pot because, you know, you only saw the good part. There's a lot of life in here, a lot of good stuff. This is a pot that I do want to keep. This is a saucerless pot. And this came with this plant. It's a saucerless pot because I want to say it's almost like a self-watering pot, but not really. There's probably like this much at the bottom that's like a reservoir. So when you water this, you don't have to keep a saucer under it because all the water will stay there. And it has like this weird little mesh thing right there. I was very confused at this kind of pot when I first repotted something in here because I didn't know what the heck it was. But I've learned now it's called a saucerless pot. But I want to take it out, well, for one, to make it look nicer and to give this plant a chance, and put it in this self-watering pot here. So first thing, I think I'm gonna clean it up first. So let's grab my little scissors. I did buy some new ones from Corona, but those ones, I really expected to replace these with those, but those are definitely more outdoor things. They're not really made for pruning your house plants. You know what? I think this is gonna work better if I just take it out. Okay, here we go. See, there's the saucerless part, and it kind of holds the plant up a little bit. That way there's probably like ½ an inch of water that can be at the bottom that's not touching the plant. So it's kind of a nice pot. I'm gonna keep that for something. I'll use it for something. Okay, this is wet because I usually just pour water into that other pot and I don't know, just let it stay wet in there. This plant has not had a good life, okay? I've tried, but I have not been a good plant mom here. He's been a little abandoned. And this was a plant that I really just need to give a makeover to as well. And of all of the plants that I have, believe it or not, my cat is not interested in any of them except the ferns. And I have this in our other room, in the living room. And my cat never goes in there. He never goes in there. I don't know why. Well, I think it's because the dog is in there. Well, the dog's usually wherever we are. But the cat, I don't know why he won't go in there. He'll sit at the doorway, but he won't walk all the way in unless I'm by myself. I was by myself the other night and the cat was in there hanging out with me. And of course, he immediately was like, a fern! He took a couple nibbles on the leaves, immediately threw up. This was a few days ago. No, this was a couple weeks ago at this point. But a few days ago, I was there all by myself again. And the cat found the fern, and I had to keep getting up and saying, hey, get away from that plant. And he would run away going, what? What plant? I was just looking at it. And then he'd walk over back real slow. And then I have to get up again and go, hey, get away from that fern. And then he'd run away and come right back like all sneaky. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kind of just do this little thing and see if all the crusty leaves will fall off on their own. I don't want to knock off too many good ones. Let's just kind of prune them off a little bit. because I almost think I want to keep the old sticks there. I don't know why, I just like the way that this green leaf looks with a couple of the sticks. I don't know, I have a button fern in the front room that is the kind of the same way, you know, it has some dried up stuff on it, but it also has some good looking leaves, and I kind of just leave them there. And I like the way that they look, I don't know. Okay, well, this didn't work like I thought it was going to. I kind of wanted to remove a lot of this stuff, but I'm kind of thinking now they might just be roots. I thought these were like, no, that has to be a dead piece. Okay. I don't know if I should cut this, but I'm doing it. I mean, I've heard of root pruning. I don't think cutting the roots is the worst thing ever. I cut aerial roots all the time. I think they're so ugly. Most of the time. There are some plants I have that have aerial roots and they look really cool. And then there are some that I'm like, get that off of my plant. And then usually people say don't cut the aerial roots because then the plant's going to put energy into only growing aerial roots again. But I have never found that to be the case. The plant is still going to put out leaves. It's going to be fine. If you don't like the way they look, just cut them off. It's your plant. Nobody cares what you do with your own plants. Well, I say that unless you put it on the internet. If you put it on the internet, people care so much. They think it's their plant and they get very upset sometimes. Okay, you know what? That is as good as it's gonna get. We got 2 plant clumps right here. Let's scoot all this junk over. And let's see how it looks in here. Oh, it's beautiful. Doesn't that look so much better? I just want to love it with all my heart. Okay, that's perfect. So let me clean this off a little bit more because there's a lot of dry sticks and stuff right here. Now I don't want to chance it. I feel like I'm cutting roots, like too many roots. Let me knock off some more of these dead leaves just by doing one of these. Because I just like the way that those sticks look, those dried sticks, so let's just clean it off just a little bit. And I'm sure this plant would do better with humidity. I know ferns, you know, are often in the bathroom, but I don't have a ton of light in there. Also, I just don't want this big plant in there. I have a tiny, tiny little bathroom counter. Okay, let's pot it up already. I'm gonna use this, the Miracle-Gro Tropical Plant Mix. I'm gonna use it straight from the bag. Usually I throw some orchid bark in there, but I don't really want to put too much drainage in here because I want this plant to stay moist. And it being in a self-watering pot, you know, I want it to stay moist, so I'm not gonna amend this soil at all. And I've used this a few times so far. It's okay. I don't have any issues with it. It's a little different from the indoor plant mix. Like this one has like balls of pumice or something in it. It's something different. Watch, let me see what it says. Oh, lava rock. It has a lava rock in it. And one of you guys left me a comment and said this was your favorite soil. And so far, I have enjoyed using this one straight from the bag. I know people have like a thing with Miracle-Gro, and honestly, what I think the issue is and why people say it always has fungus gnats is because it's stored outside. I think someone told me this, and I think I'm just repeating it. I did not have this thought on my own. Someone said that it's because it's usually outside. Like if you buy it at a garden center, it's usually outside in the garden area, and it's getting hot, it's getting moist, it might be getting rained on. So the soil, it might just be growing fungus gnats because of where they're storing it, not because the soil is getting fungus gnats on its own. Does that make any sense? But I haven't had any issues with fungus gnats with this soil. So I don't mind. And I've been buying it for a long time. I will say the other mix, the houseplant one, I do like to add some other stuff to it, like some bark or something. Because I have noticed over the last couple years that I've used it, it does kind of get compacted after a while. I feel a little faster than other soil does, maybe just because it's a little bit heavy. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Let's move this out of the way. This is my new baby. I mean, you know what? It looks 1,000 times better. I think it looks great. I am gonna go fill up this little reservoir here, and I think I'm gonna keep it in that other room because anywhere else I put this, the cat is gonna get to it on a regular basis. So I put it in there because he never goes in there and he'll leave it alone. Okay, but here he is. Here's my new fern. It looks good. Doesn't it look good? I think it looks great, not just good. It looks a little cleaner, a little nicer. It looks like it might actually have a shot. So I'm gonna go fill this thing up with water really quickly, put it back in the other room, and I have a new plant. I feel like I have a new plant now, and it looks good. I mean, it looks way better than it did in that other thing because it looked like crapola in there. Anyway, that's it. That's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.